Ladies and gentlemen, Full Sail University, Media Communication and Introduction to Technology students, I bring to you your newest classmate. That's right, Professor Lewis, weighing in at 252 pounds, hailing from Midland, Texas. Yours truly, the reality, James Hardy. And now to get why I introduced myself like that. I know the first rule of this class is to be professional. Well, that was my professional introduction, being the fact that I'm a professional wrestler. So, I mean, it really isn't a question of whether or not I can be professional or will I be professional because it's in my title. Now, the reason I did that is because my choice of the job that I was looking at for the media communications task one for this class is announcers. Announcers are an integral part. I mean, every sport you know of has an announcer. Baseball, softball, hockey, UFC, professional wrestling, boxing. I mean, X Games. How are people going to know who's going to be out there? Some of those guys are wearing like full on outfits. You can't see their face. You can't be like, I know that person. I see his eye. It just doesn't work that way. Announcers are an integral part. They are the focal point of any sporting event. And just think about Bruce Buffer from UFC. Amazing, phenomenal announcer. And I'm going to get to that in just one moment. Because now I'm going to introduce myself. Well, I already did the introduction and everything, but a little more about me. I'm a professional wrestler, been a professional wrestler for almost 10 years. I love what I do. This past Friday, we literally had the phenomenal AJ Styles and Jimmy Rave as the main event, and they tore the house down. We had like 250 people there. It was 10 minutes away from my house. Um, it was really just this whole almost 10 years has been a dream come true. I've been on multiple DVDs. Get with me on that. I can let you know when the DVDs are coming out if it wasn't interesting or anyone's a wrestling fan in this class. Um, as you can see, Full Sail University is very big into the wrestling scene right now as NXT is hosted on campus. I watch that every week. I have friends that are actually working for WWE, people I've been in the ring with over the years. And to be quite honest, it's been a real dream come true. I have a 7-year-old son. When I won my first singles title here in Alabama, if you watch on my YouTube channel here, which you can see with this link, um, the Uprising match versus me versus Damian Seratone. At the end of it, I literally point to the crowd, to the camera, and say, "This one was for you, Jaden." And he loved it. He was so proud of his dad. But like I said, Bruce Buffer. Everyone knows when he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, it's time." That is the moment. He has the ability, the charisma, the energy to just draw everyone's attention on him and focus on the task that needs to get done. And what task is that, you ask? And that is showing who is about to do whatever. X Games. Bucky Lasik was there, being crazy one year. People didn't realize who it was. Then the announcers like Bucky Lasik. Everyone's like, "Whoa!" It was crazy. I mean, it's just one of those things that if you think about it, without announcers, I mean, sports would be not as exciting. I feel the athletes wouldn't be getting their due, their due right to be acknowledged and everything like that. Title fights for UFC. I mean, both competitors are being acknowledged. This is the challenger on this side. And on this side, we have the reigning, defending, undisputed champion. I mean, it's to point out the accolades. This person earned the right to fight for this title. This person has earned the right to defend this title. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like any other job can just have an announcer. Like I was, doing on the first take of this because something messed up with YouTube and it disconnected me for some reason. And I'm going to finish my statement here soon because I know the ideal was 2 to 4 minutes. So with that being said, what other job do you know of that if has an announcer? I mean, it's not like you go and like, tonight your server this evening will be delivering a pizza to you like no other. He's been here for 2.5 decades. Yeah. See, it just starting to sound silly, and there's really no point in that. So, I mean, it's just one of those things you really got to look at. And as you can see, like I said, the announcer is the most interesting to me because it has to do with my career. From the research that I found off of about.com, the other job sites and whatnot, as I will, put in my written description here. Announcers are just they're needed. They are something that sports cannot do without. Acknowledgement is needed. People need to know who's being acknowledged. And I mean, it's really a focal point too for cheering. I mean, think about it. When you announce who someone is the champion and they hear their name, crowds go nuts. They're like, "Woo! It's amazing!" But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and get the rest of this done. Peace.